Hi, this is Catherine from CatherineStoring.com, the place where serious business and corporate women go when they're ready to achieve their goals. I am so excited because today I wanna share with you a story that happened to me just the other day, and something that was such a teachable moment for me that I thought, you know what, I gotta share this with the women and the few men that go to my website and hear all the crazy stories and all the things that happened to me. Well, the other day I was traveling and I was coming back home and I had some time to kill, so I decided to do some work because what else am I gonna do, right? So I took my notepad out and I have my pen and I put my headphones on and I'm listening to a call and I am really into it. I can tell that I'm focused and I blocked everything else out and I was really in the moment. I was in the zone when all of a sudden this lady decides to start talking to me, even though it is very obvious that I'm not in a talking mood. I am very focused. Anyway, she started talking to me and I can hear that she's talking and she's saying something, but I cannot really hear because I have my headphones on, and it was apparent that she was not going to stop. So finally I had to take my headphones off and listen to her, and I can tell that she was very lonely and she really wanted to talk. So in my mind, without saying anything to her, I determined an amount of time that I will be okay with listening and talking to her, that will let me feel okay and it will not make me lose too much of my time. So she started talking and I thought we were gonna have a nice conversation. Well, she really just wanted to talk, which I guess was fine for her. And she went on and on about her life, how she really loved her uncle and he didn't want to talk to her, and whenever he talked to her he just bossed her around and tell her what he wanted her to do, even though she's 40 years old, and blah and on and on and on. And she asked me, what would you do? And I said, well, why do you put yourself through that? Why are you talking to him on the phone or go to visit him when all he wants to do is tell you what to do? Well, I love him, he's my uncle and I want him in my life. And I'm like, listen, you treat people, you show people how to treat you. And what you have to do is you have to teach him how to treat you. And she's like, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, you have to tell him that you don't want him to tell you what to do, that you're a grown woman. Well, but I do that all the time, she said. And I'm like, I know, but you haven't said it in a way that he can actually hear it. You have to say it several times and you have to be ready to end the conversation, get up and leave, or hang up the phone. Oh, but I don't think he's gonna do that. I'm like, trust me, you teach people how to treat you. And then she went on and on for another, maybe 15-20 minutes. And finally, when I realized that she was really not gonna listen to what I was saying and she was really not interested in having a true conversation, she just wanted to talk, I said, you know what, it's been great talking to you. I really have some work to do, so I gotta get back to what I was doing. Have a nice life, goodbye. Put my headphones back on and start writing again, listen to my call. When I'm about to go back to that place where I was before, I was in the zone, I was getting there, she comes back and start talking to me. Now at this point, I'm getting a little annoyed because I already gave her time that I really had allotted for something else. But so now I'm in business. So I take my headphones off and she started talking to me. Well, my uncle, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, we discussed this earlier. What you have to do is you have to show him how to treat you. You have to teach him. And remember how earlier I said that I needed to do some work and I needed to leave? Well, you just came back and interrupted the work that I was doing. So that's exactly what you have to do with your uncle. Whenever you're having a conversation with him and he starts telling you things that you don't want to hear, when he starts to tell you things that you're not willing to do, you said, Uncle, I love you very much, but I don't want to hear this, I don't want to do that, so if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to end this conversation. And trust me, if you do this 1, 2, or 3 times, he'll actually get the picture and he'll stop. So like I said earlier, I gotta go, put my headphones back on, put my head down, and I started to write again. This time, she got it because I taught her how to treat me. My time is important to me, and I said no. So I set a boundary, the person broke the boundary, and then I reinforced the boundary. It was so amazing. I was not upset. I was able to let it go. I was so happy. And I am sure there are moments, there are times in your life where people come and they just push your buttons, and then you tell them not to do something, you tell them not to go somewhere, and they still do it. And it happens over and over again. And then you might be thinking, well, what am I going to do? Well, you gotta set boundaries, and you gotta show people how to treat you. And it's gonna take 1, 2, 3, depending on the person, many more times. But you have to be willing to get up and go. You have to be willing to end the conversation on the phone. You even have to be willing to put a stop to the friendship and put some distance until the person is ready to understand that you're not going to yield, that you're not going to do the things that they want you to do. So, after hearing the story, my crazy story with that lady, what area in your life are you not enforcing that boundary? What area are you letting people walk all over you or not do the things that you want to do? Remember, you have to teach people how to treat you. So I want you to go to my website, catherinestorm.com, and let me know. Tell me the story. Tell me what's happening in your life. Tell me where you need help, and I will be more than happy to read your comment and help you in any way that I can. Again, Catherine Storing from catherinestorm.com. Cannot wait to hear from you.